It's put circles on the ground, lock up that CC. You know, the immobile Misfortune is going to really struggle if you're not winning the fight by default. If the Yone isn't getting a big ult, if the Alistair isn't buying space. Levi is up here. Merwin does have his flash available, but he's going very aggressive.
Yeah, I've seen this one before. This exact gank happened in the first game of EWC. Kiaya dashing forward, Merwin trying to trade one back, but it is not quite going to work. The Triumph allowing Kiaya to be absolutely fine, but he went down to like double-digit health there.
That was very close. I think that was a really good calculation there for Merwin. But yeah, I think right now this game is kind of going exactly as you'd expect, right? MKOI a little bit of prio, it gets punished, but still the fact that the Wukong gets that kill is the one big wrench in your gears right now. Is a bit of an attempted steal here from Elio, does have the unsealed. With the back timing here of Merwin, it looks like they may just simply be able to get all three. Merwin does stop his back, and they're going to go for a contest.
Yeah, Levi just going to take one of them and then back away. It looks like it will be the feats of strength going over to MKOI once again. That will allow them to just be one away. Knows everything that's going on right now. As Levi towards this top lane position, let's see what they can actually get done here as there's public execution. Alvaro gets in. He's only level 5 though, so doesn't have that unbreakable wills. My goodness, the value on this Cyclone. The triple knock up twice in a row from this Wukong. He just solo kills the MF. There's a kill for Kiaya as well, and that could not have gone worse for the LEC representatives.
This is a horrible situation here for Movistar Koi. I mean, that...
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I mean, it's Raptors for Dragon, right? Because bottom side is actually under control of Kiaya right now. Top side, they couldn't set up that dive. They're trying to look for it now, but it may just be too late.
Well, Artemis going to have to do some funny business here to try and get himself out, as it is just a dead Elio instead. So they'll just take the guaranteed kill. On the board now are MKOI, but they'll have to trade that one for the Dragon, like you were talking about. So on the board there themselves, another Infernal Soul, 2 in a row here for our first couple of games at EWC. That's a bit fiery, mimicking the weather here a little bit, as it is quite warm.
It is quite warm, as Levi's going to look for the dive here.
Yeah, Levi just standing still underneath this turret. Yeah, not picking up the aggro just yet, and that's the extendo auto attack with the Q coming out from Levi to lock that one down. He's 3-0-1. This guy's a monster.
Yeah, he is massive. Now, MKOI will get first turret.
Yeah, ulti comes out from Jojo to get himself to safety, but that is ulti's traded from our mid laners. First turret blood going to be a big deal as Artemis chasing down Super here as he ults in. Finding that killer instinct angle. Elio looking for the quickness. Can he flash forward? He does manage to find it. Elio in position, but he's just that little bit too late. And that is the bottom lane from GAM making things happen. Permafrost coming on through to slow down this Rakan as Artemis trying to get that fancy footwork to work, but he is not going to get out. And Alvaro, he just says, no, Elio, you are dead one more time. So a 2-for-1 in the end, a good trade for MKOI and a good response.
It does make you wonder, though, what could have happened if Ares had also matched the TP and gone topside there. He had his ultimate. Feels really comfortable in this matchup, you know? I thought it was going to be a lot tougher for him, but he's got the Eclipse online. He's really holding his own as Supa's the target.
Yep, they're going in. Levi finding the angle, and MKOI like, well, sorry, buddy, you're dead. Not a whole lot they could do about it, but now GAM are also going to transition this into an outer turret in the mid lane of Artemis, who hasn't quite been able to kill the minions. It's the red dots that have been his worst enemy in this game. And Super has certainly been able to just farm it out a whole lot better. Merwin with a bit of a dab here, but his bottom lane outer turret is looking in trouble.
It's a
wave
race
is Tonga lining in.
Between Herald and this turret here, I guess, is the game plan. The Herald will be feats of strength here for MKOI, so we'll secure that one as he's going to try to use this turret to deny minions. Of course, in the bottom side, will ultimately still trade there. But, man, Kiaya, I feel like, you know, when you look at the top side of the map here for GAM, they've just been so decisive and so impressive in how they've played well together. And they've utilized that pressure point to now grab an additional objective here.
Yeah, you can see this Huracan is going down pretty slowly. Levi able to get into position over this wall. Down to 5k. We'll see whether there's going to be a turn from MKOI. Super's positioning pretty good right now as the headbutt gets Levi out of there, but he flashes forward. The bullet time is down, but it's not quite doing the damage. And there's the steal from Levi. This guy can do no wrong today. But there's the ult from Jojo. He's looking to save it, and they'll find the angle. MKOI demolish the fight. They lose the objective, but who cares as they take down GAM, and that is a lot of money into their pockets.
They might even get one more here onto Ares.
Yeah, Jojo under that turret doesn't look too bothered about it, but it looks like Ares will be able to make his way out.
They'll grab the turret, but what a play from Jojo. So patient on the ultimate. It looked like not only was the Otacon going to be stolen, but GAM might have been able to run away with that fight. The low health bars there. Levy having a really nice ultimate, but Jojo Pion is able to turn around the last possible second. That turn saves the game here for MKOI. They will be able to take the second dragon for them of this game, evening us up 2-2. Certainly true. A lot of side lane control in the top side of the map here is,
Oh dear. Artemis doesn't really like being here as, the hero! Helio able to try and save his AD carry, and in fact, he does so completely. That could,
you guys aren't going to do your due diligence. We will just take this objective away.
Yep, Blue Trinket goes down. Voidseeker to try and get some extra vision back as Levi goes in, but Jojo says, I found you. It went down to 14. That was very scary, but there was no one in the pit, so don't you worry about that one. They kill Levi once.
To know how to stop that Wukong is such a slippery champion and get into the pit, look for the steal, which he absolutely would have gotten, we know, based on that smite timing, but they shut him down. Speaking of shutting down,
there is the Zhonya's trying to keep Ares alive. He flashes as well, and yeah, he's not getting out of that one. The circle goes down. Merwin locks that one up, and MKOI, they said they found the window. They indeed did. They take down the top inhibitor turret. The inhibitor going to be falling soon after. And this just went from GAM were fine to they're not fine at all, actually.
That's really two big objective calls from MKOI playing around their vision and the map so incredibly well. Great macro game. As this is a moment where you have to decide whether you want to just hard push here or go for a really risky contest, as they're going for the risky contest.
Yeah, Jojo looking for it once again. Doesn't quite land the knock-up as Levi with the Cyclone, but he's all alone. And he's just going to get wiped out by Merwin. Now, the rest of GAM trying to find themselves a team fight. The bullet time! So well timed here from Super! And there is the ace, and MKOI can march it up the mid lane. In fact, they don't have to do that. They got teleports. They're going to get Merwin in there, and they have that inhibitor taken down on the top side. This is just GG.
What a snapping of the neck we saw here from MKOI. 3 back-to-back decisive calls on objectives. The third one, the simplest of the 3, but it's the one that ends the game as GAM make a desperate attempt to look for the contest. Shut down again is Levi on the attempted steal. Ares, good ultimate there, but it's just not enough. A clean ace will win the game here for Movistar KOI.
And make Europe proud and make one man on this couch relieved.
Oh my god, it looks so scary. When I see that Ambessa getting so many early kills,